Today, we are going to learn about issues raised by values stored in sessions. Just imagine you build a beautiful entry form in Oracle Apex. You type a value inside a text field, click a button to run your PL SQL process, and absolutely nothing happens. Or worse, your database throws a cannot insert null value error. You look at your screen, the text is right there, you literally just typed it in. Then why is Apex telling you it's empty? The culprit behind this frustrating bug is a misunderstanding of session state. If you don't understand how Apex moves data from your browser screen to the database server, your apps will constantly break. In this video, we are going to crack the mystery of session state so you can stop wrestling with phantom null values forever. Welcome to Learn Orbit Tech Academy. We have already created an enterprise app in 10 minutes using Oracle Apex. If you have missed it, the link is in the description below. Today, we are going to learn about session state. If you find our content helpful, then please hit the subscribe button so you never miss a topic and keep building skills stronger and stronger. So let's get into it. To fix this, we have to look at where data actually lives. When you type a name or an ID into a page item on your screen, you are writing on a whiteboard. This whiteboard lives inside your user's web browser. It's quick, it is local, but the database server miles away has absolutely no idea what you just wrote on it. The database server keeps its data inside a secure vault. Apex calls this vault the session state. When you click a button to execute PL SQL process, that process runs inside the vault on the server. If you don't explicitly tell the whiteboard to sync its data to the vault before the process runs, your PL SQL code looks empty filling cabinet. It sees a null value, crashes your app, and leaves you scratching your head. Let's look at a live example. Here, you can see this error in action. We have an item called order status. We have a button that runs a simple PL SQL block. How do we prove the server didn't see it? Now look at the very bottom of your screen at the Oracle Apex Developer. This is the Oracle Apex Developer bar. Here, click on this little button labeled Session. Click on View Session State. A pop-up window appears here showing every item on this page. Right now, no item is filled with any value, but our order status have the value already within it. Still, we are not able to see it in our session state window. It is completely blank. The browser knows that the value within the order status is placed, but the session state is totally empty. So, how do we build the bridge between the whiteboard and the vault? Apex gives us two crucial properties that we must memorize. One is items to submit and items to remove. Here we were on our page number 1. We have this item order status. First of all, let us check. When I create a name here, let's say Michael, data type is he's selecting something else. And if I click on order food, it must insert the data. Here I got cannot insert null into restaurant orders order status. Why? Here it is seen placed, but the browser knows the value and server has not got the updated value still, even on clicking the order food button. Why so? Here in the home page, we have the order item. It is display only, right? Display only items must have the value set send on page submit on. Keeping updating this value as on, you are saying Oracle Apex to send the value of this particular display only item to the server. Now when I click on save button, and let's check what happens after this update. Now if I run this value, we need to refresh it first. Now if I click on order food, the order is successfully updated. Let's say in the session state demo, we have Michael others value added here 5 seconds ago. So this was the culprit here. Send on page submit. Sometimes we use display only item just to display the value. We don't use it. We don't use that value in any procedure or any server side process. We don't want to update a table with that value. We don't want to proceed it with anything else. We are just using it to display something to the user. When we are using display only item for only display purpose, then we can keep this off. We don't need to send it on page submit. But if we are using it for any process value, we are going to use it in any process, we use this value in the server side, then we have to keep this property on. So this was a home page and we have created this form by our own. This process is not automatically fetched, right? Now what happens when we have a report with form value? Let's take a look in that. This is our page number 3. This is our page number 2. This is report, and along with this report we have a form attached. This is page number 3. Here also the same thing happens. When we go on a create button, here this form pops up. Now let's say we enter here value. Here I have taken multiple options. Now let's say it is vegetarian. This value is already entered. This is display only field. Whenever we create an order, it will be first placed itself. So I have not written here any selection. Now if we create, we are getting error here. Again the same thing happens. Here when we go in the edit page, order status, we have display only, but send on page submit is null. Once we have set it on, we are ready to go. Choosing here vegetarian, and let's see what happens. And our new entry has already been placed. So this was all about session state. One more thing I want to highlight here. You have to check another property also when you are using a display only on a user defined form. Here, only when current value in session state is null. This is for create. When you are creating a new value, the session state will be always null. And always replacing an existing value in session state. So for time of updates, you you need always replacing an existing value in session state. The same thing which we have seen in the live, I have described it here. If you have created an independent form, which was our page 1, the form which don't have automatic data manipulation process, then you need to make these changes for display only in order to resolve the session state error. Send on page submit and keep this value only when current value is in session state. We can also do the same thing keeping the text field, but we need to show it as a display only. In that case, we can change order status as a text field and read only always instead of display only. Then also our value will be updated in the server and we will not face the issue. And third one, the third page was our auto form, report with form. In that case, we have to again see this property whether it is on or off. If it is off, you will face the issue. Please update it to set on page submit on. For this day forward, whenever your PL SQL behaves unexpectedly, your very first step should always be opening the session toolbar, which we have seen, to see what the server actually sees. Now you know how the server handles data via session state. You are ready to tackle user experience. How do we make these updates happen instantly and beautifully without forcing the entire web page to reload? We do that using dynamic actions also. But when do you cross the line into writing custom JavaScript? This is exactly what we are breaking down in the next video. I'll see you there. Thank you so much for watching.